Okay, so today we're talking about the tile. We have kind of a interesting shape here. We've got two rectangular areas within this bathroom, okay? So we have the little hallway here and then the main area. And typically you want to find the center of your room and start your tile from the center of your room, but you can't do that if you've got two different sections, okay? So the best way to do that, and if your room is perfectly square and each wall here is not square, every wall in here is not square, okay? We'll have variances of up to a ½ inch in this hallway because of the way that it was mudded or whatever. So for me, what I did was I measured the doorway, okay? Came out 12 inches from the door jamb stops here, 12 inches, measured center, all right? And I measured center from the door and it came out to 15 and something. So I made my mark and used that as my straight line. Made that measurement all the way across, okay? As you can see on the floor, there's a line that goes all the way across, all the way down. Then what I did was I took specific measurements, okay? So there's my straight line, so I know that one's straight. Regardless of the wall, that is my straight line. Then you'll see a line here, okay? So that line is directly half of this line. So from one end to the other, made sure it was exactly half, my intersection, okay? So that straight line goes all the way across. Now it went right over the toilet flange, which made it a little bit tricky, but you'll see we made some notes here along the way on the line to indicate we're still straight. So what we then did was to find out if this was a right triangle, a right angle, 90 degrees. We measured 3 feet and 4 feet. Now in a small room, you could do that easily. You know, you can take your mason line and make your arcs and all that stuff. Well, we couldn't do that. So we measured 3 feet from that intersection down, and it came to right here on the other side of this flange. 4 feet over, came out to about over here. Then you want 5 feet from that mark and your 3 foot mark. You want 5 feet. If it is 5 feet exact, you know this is exactly a right angle, and you can start your tile layout here. So what we did, took a tape measure from here to there, measured exactly 5 feet. So I know that this is exactly 90 degrees, okay? Then you lay out your tile, dry lay the tile, and see how your format's going to line up. What you'll do then is you'll shift it left or right or however you need to shift it based on where you're going to end up on the wall. Now remember, you don't want to cut tiles less than half their width or length. You definitely don't want a narrow piece against the wall. So having started at this 90-degree angle, it was going to leave us with a 5-inch piece that we had to cut and lay here, which was less than half. So what you do, or what I did in my case, is I went ahead and shifted all the tiles over that 5-something inches so that I have a whole tile on this wall here. Because what I'm doing is, this is the wall that your eyes are going to see mostly, all right? So when you come in the door, you're going to be seeing here. There's going to be a vanity there, but you're going to be seeing this edge here, and I don't want a small piece on this edge. And the toilet's going to be here facing this way. So you're not hardly ever going to be facing towards the toilet. So I don't care if there's a smaller edge back here. However, This is actually going to line up almost perfectly, leaving probably a 7 or 8 inch segment back here, which this is the only section you would see, and this will be covered up with stuff anyway. So if you're sitting on the toilet, you're still facing this way. You're going to see a full piece here. Alright, so just make your shift over, stay on that line. That's why it's important to draw this line all the way across. That way you know this is your starting edge. So when you go to do your layouts, you're going to start there and make sure everything is aligned this way. So you just shifted everything over, whatever the distance is. Now, up against the wall here, you'll see I have a paint stick. This paint stick is 1/8 of an inch thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these, I'm going to score them, snap them off, screw them into the wall like that, so I have a bumper that I know is going to be 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the wall, because the trim is going to stick out over that, and that'll give this some expansion space. So in this case, this particular Lowe's paint stick happened to be 1/8 of an inch, and I think most of these small ones are, so you should be good to go there. But you can also buy the spacers and whatnot if you need to, but this was just something I had laying around and was handy. So that's where we're at. That's what we're going to get going on today. We're going to get all this dry laid out. We're going to start making our cuts on the wet saw, and then hopefully tomorrow, when it's snowing outside, we'll go ahead and get this laid out and be on with the next step, which will be doing the toilet install and the vanity install. And the very last step we're going to do is the shower door, and we will be done, with the exception of a new vanity light and mirror. But that is all something I'm waiting on the boss to get ordered. Alright, so hope you learned a little something. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I do appreciate it. So, good luck on your project, and on to the next.